Yo, Sam here, and in this video, I'm gonna explain the simple three-step formula for creating viral content. What I'm gonna review to you is all based on data I got while writing for three of the biggest agencies in the Instagram growth and short-form content industry. I've also grown an Instagram page to 129K followers and spent hundreds of hours researching what's going viral on social media. So yeah, let's start with a high-level overview of the four steps. Step one is understanding virality. Then the second step is knowing how the algorithm works. Step three is analyzing viral content. And step four is creating your own viral content based on the previous steps. If you follow all of these four steps, I guarantee your content will perform so much better. So let's look at each one in more depth. Virality can seem complex, but there are basically only two metrics that define whether a post goes viral or not. These are watch time and engagement. I will talk about algorithm later, but just for now, understand that Instagram or whatever platform you're posting on, they just care about how much time is spent on the platform. So the platforms want to understand how much time is spent on your content, and the way they track this is with watch time, eyeballs on your content, and how much engagement you get. Engagement then also improves how much time is spent on your content if they share it to somebody else or they save a post. So keep this in mind as well. Now, the question is, how do we improve those two metrics? And there are only two important aspects to do so. The first one is hook. You probably understand already the importance. For example, when people are scrolling on TikTok, you want to stop them and actually consuming your content. The same goes for every other platform, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. If people aren't stopping, they won't consume your content. So that's why the hook is so important. The overall theme is that you need to create an open loop. So this makes sure when people see the first few seconds or the first copy, then they want to read or just consume the rest of the post as well. The first way to do so is through curiosity. If you tease something in the first line or the first sentence, then this will create an open loop for people. And they want to scratch that itch and they keep on reading or they keep on consuming. And this is how you get people into your content. The second way you can do so is by telling them a benefit they will get when they consume your content. And the third one is something controversial. This is just really good to stop people in their tracks. And it's just when people see something they haven't seen before, it stops them. And it's more likely that they then check out the rest of the content as well. Then the second step is transferring an emotion. What you need to keep in mind is that we are still on social media. People are here to get entertained. So don't be boring. If you think the post could be written by your grandma, it's probably not entertaining enough. What you need to realize is that your post is competing with like funny memes and cat videos. So definitely don't be boring. And here are three great ways to do so. First one is telling something provocative. This can even be applied to like a simple how-to video. If you want to provide a lot of value, make sure that maybe if you have three steps, that the second one is something provocative, because this will stir up an emotion in people and also make them comment, which then goes back to the engagement, which is a pretty good sign for your post to go viral. The second thing you can do is telling a story. This can be your story or somebody else's story. It's just very relatable, especially if you also show like all the ups and downs, the challenges you face and stuff like this. Because people can then see themselves in the story, like they are struggling now, but they get motivated to where they can get in the future. And it also positions yourself at the same time as an authority because it shows them that you know the transformation and you know how they can achieve it as well. Then the third thing you can do is sharing something vulnerable, because a lot of people just put on this fake persona in the internet, just trying to be perfect. But in the end, we humans connect with humans. So when you share like your struggles and maybe even weaknesses, this will relate to a lot of people. And I've seen posts that blew up just because the person in the post was sharing something that not a lot of other people are sharing, but actually a lot of people could resonate with. So now that we know how virality works, we need to understand how actually the algorithm defines which content to push to a lot of people. The way it works is that at first when you post, your content will only be shown to a small fraction of your followers. Then, depending on how they interact with the content based on watch time and engagement, it will then show the content to more people. Same process applies then again and again, and the better it performs, the more people will see it. This also applies to followers. Let's say the left side is followers and the right side is non-followers. So in the beginning, just a fraction of your followers see it and only a fraction of the non-followers see it, and then it gets pushed to more and more people. Now, even though we know how it works, this still doesn't mean that we can predict which posts will go viral. You can follow all the best practices here, but still the algorithm maybe doesn't push your content as you wished. So there are 2 ways to improve your chances of going viral. The first one is just to shoot a lot of darts. This means creating a lot of content and see when you hit a bullseye, then exactly analyzing why it went viral, and then obviously doubling down on this for your new content. You can also just look at other content that's already performing well and going viral, and then analyzing this one as well. This is actually a strategy all the top agencies are using. So they're doing a lot of research in the niche, looking at other people's profiles and seeing how you can adapt it for your own content as well. You can also look at your content. If you have posted a lot, analyze what worked and what not, and keep this in mind as well. Then the things you want to focus on is number 1, the topic. So what pain was addressed, or what was the overall topic if you've seen it performed well for somebody else. What you also can do is steal the exact script or copy. What a lot of people do is they take, for example, a hook that performed really well for somebody else and then changing the body or just the rest of the post to match their own brand and their own voice. You can also do this with Instagram carousels and take, for example, the first 2 slides and then change the rest of the slides. So it's a different post. So you don't copy, you actually just steal like an artist. What you can also analyze are the angles. I created a document right here. So just different angles and ideas, how you can talk about a specific topic. And you can also look at the formats. These are specifically based on reels or short form videos. You can create an audio B-roll, you can create a voiceover, you can create talking back and forth. There are so many things you can try out. It goes back to this trying different things and seeing what's working and also looking what's working for other people. Oh yeah, and if you want these 2 documents, send me a message on Instagram and I'll send it over there. So the overall theme here is to have a lot of research. And this is one thing I noticed for a lot of people. They think they don't have enough topic ideas, but actually when you do enough research, you will get so much inspiration and you will never run out of ideas again. The way to actually do so is looking at your niche. If you're posting on Instagram, look at other people in your niche on Instagram, but you can also look at your niche on other platforms like Reddit and X or LinkedIn and see what's performing there as well. Now, if you focus on Instagram, then you can also look at Instagram itself and what goes viral there, not in your niche. For example, just like memes or news that are going viral. This is just a great way to get a lot of attention to your posts. What you then want to do though is tie it back to your brand or offer so that it actually makes sense for you to post this kind of content. This is something you want to do with all the posts, to be honest. It's going to be easier if you have the topic that's already in your niche instead of just news or memes. And you always want to bring it back to your profile and to your brand, also so that it's not just stealing other people's content. 3 ways to do so is in the caption, in the script itself, or the content, and the slides if you are using carousels. A key principle for this, though, is to provide a lot of value. So let's take a meme, for example. If you take a meme as a hook to get a lot of attention, then this attention won't help you a lot if it doesn't bring it back to your brand. So how you get this transformation from a lot of attention to specific to your brand is through value. If you have a meme and then in the end you just say something like read caption, and in the caption you then provide a step-by-step process that relates to the meme but also helps people with the problem you're actually solving, then you can also convert these eyeballs into followers. The same goes for scripts or slides. So if you take the hook from somebody else, then you want to create your own script based on your own findings and your own ideas, of course. And the same goes for carousels. If you take maybe the 2 first slides, then create your own slides so that you can give your own inputs as well. If you do this in the right way and you give a lot of value, then the right people will also then convert. because as you probably understand, a lot of people won't be your target audience, but if you give them value and they read it, and you give them a CTA in the end to follow for more tips about your offer or your problem, then those right people will also follow you, of course. Another thing you can do is tell them to comment a word if they want a free lead magnet, like a free training. And this also, of course, then ties back into your engagement rate, and post is also more likely to go viral as well. And yeah, as you can see, everything goes full circle. So let me summarize this real quick. So you want to understand virality and the two aspects of hook and emotion, then knowing how the algorithm works and analyzing what is already going viral, either for you or for other people in your niche and also on other platforms, then tie it back to your offer or brand so that you can then, with a lot of value, convert this attention to followers and also leads and sales. Now, to be honest, the research part probably is the most important step of the process. So I'm going to create another video about this as well. If it's already uploaded, it will be on screen right now. If not, in the meantime, you can check out those angles and formats. So just send me a message on Instagram and I will send these over. And yeah, see you in the next one.